A scene from the Five Nights movie has leaked online. We've got brand new behind-the-scenes images from the movie. The Five Nights movie director is spilling secrets in a leaked interview. The crew are finally speaking out about the infamous red eyes in the movie, and is a trailer just around the corner. All that and more in your behind-the-scenes look at the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Long time no see, SLUURP heads. It's been quite a hiatus since our last Five Nights at Freddy's behind-the-scenes episode, but guess what? We're back in action, and oh boy do we have an electrifying comeback for you. This week's episode is an absolute powerhouse, jam-packed with explosive Five Nights movie news that'll leave you on the edge of your seat. Now, if you're new around here, just a heads up, we're not shy about sharing some light movie spoilers, so consider this your official spoiler alert. Buckle up, because I'm Aiden, your self-proclaimed Sultan of SLUURP, and we're diving straight into the juicy behind-the-scenes details. Let's dive back into the heart of our BTS series with what has always been its signature feature, the captivating behind-the-scenes images. With the Five Nights movie on the horizon, we're getting treated to a sneak peek behind the curtain as more and more behind-the-scenes images begin to surface. The first of these tantalizing new images showcases the instantly recognizable facade of Freddy's Fazbear Pizza, a location that has solidified its place as an icon in the hearts of our dedicated BTS fans. Our second image, once again, puts the spotlight on this famed establishment, this time casting it in an enigmatic nocturnal hue, with the luminous glow of Freddy's Pizza Place sign illuminating the scene in its emblematic neon fashion. It's a touch of nostalgia for those of us who've journeyed alongside this series from its early weeks, when we extensively covered the hustle and bustle at this very location. In the following batch of images, we catch a glimpse of a crew member's shirt featuring the film's working title and a clapperboard that played a crucial role during production. Recall that the Five Nights movie was shrouded in secrecy with the working title Bad Cupcake throughout its creative journey. And lastly, we have a delightful gem to share, a behind-the-scenes snack shot starring none other than the lovable Mr. Cupcake. According to Zio's Games 2, the individual who shared this BTS image, this is the very animatronic that the film's creators utilized for the upcoming movie. But wait, there's more to the story. Zio's Games is keeping the intrigue alive with a wealth of revelations, particularly concerning one of the most controversial aspects of the fnaf movie. However, it's important to note that we haven't been able to independently verify this information. So for now, let's dive into a segment we've affectionately dubbed with a pinch of salt. Now, before we dive into this segment, we've got to stress that what we're about to share should be taken with a sizable grain of salt. When Zio's Games dropped the tantalizing snack shot of Mr. Cupcake, they didn't stop there. They unleashed a wave of info that left us both intrigued and cautious. As you know, the Five Nights at Freddy's community has its faves, and apparently, the whole crew has a soft spot for none other than Mr. Cupcake. But here's where things get curious. The post doesn't spill the beans on whether it's Cupcake's role in the storyline or its endearing design that's won the hearts of the crew. But that's not the juiciest bit. Zio's Games also claims that our animatronic friends will be flaunting not one, not two, but a grand total of 4 different eye variants throughout the film. Yep, you heard that right. The animatronics sporting different eye states depending on the scene. The post even comes with an image that sheds light on their claim. Normally, we wouldn't report something like this if we didn't have 100% confirmation, hence why we told you to take this with a pinch of salt. However, this week, another crew member seemingly blew the whistle on the animatronic's now famous eyes, adding another layer to the mystery. Moving along a similar vein, the Five Nights movie has been met with a largely positive reception from the fanbase. The animatronics, the pizzeria's design, and the casting choices have all garnered applause. However, there's one aspect that has been met with near-universal criticism: the glowing red eyes. While much of the Five Nights at Freddy's adaptation seems to be aligning with what fans know from the games, a distinctive addition has emerged. The animatronics now sport eerie red eyes during the night. This departure from the source material hasn't been well received, with fans branding it goofy and even editing the visuals to eliminate the crimson glow. Although the storm of controversy has somewhat subsided since the introduction of the red eyes, which at one point dominated discussions on the game's subreddit, lingering dissent among fans still remains as the movie's premiere approaches. Despite the likelihood that this feature will remain unchanged for the film's release, it appears that an explanation for the phenomenon will be provided within the movie itself. A peek behind the curtain comes from an intriguing exchange on one of the Five Nights crew members' Instagram accounts. The conversation took flight when a commenter used the hashtag #MakeTheirEyesWhite on a recent post. In response, the crew member chimed in with an intriguing revelation, stating, "Watch the movie, it's explained." This exchange seems to confirm that the contentious issue that polarized the Five Nights community finds its place within the movie's plot, poised to be addressed. While it might not deliver the outcome desired by many fans, it does indicate that the enigma of the red eyes will indeed receive an explanation in the film. Whether this explanation will satisfy the fan base remains uncertain until the movie's unveiling. Alright, let's dive into what could be the crown jewel of this week's revelations, the Empire magazine featurette that's stirring up a storm. This might just be the news story that keeps on giving, so buckle up as we journey through the juicy details that have Five Nights fans buzzing. Now, a leaked version of Empire's 2023 featurette on the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, complete with an illuminating interview with director Emma Tammy, has made its way online. But hang tight, because we're stepping carefully around this topic, considering the legal curveball that's already brewing. Empire isn't shy about wielding its copyright protection, and we're in no rush to face their legal might. The scoop is, this featurette is slated to grace the special October edition of Empire magazine, which is all about horror, and will also shine a spotlight on Dune Part 2. A special bonus awaits horror aficionados, the Five Nights at Freddy's featurette, nestled within the 2023 horror section. A glorious cover showcasing a fusion of Freddy Fazbear and Jigsaw from the Saw franchise. Who knew we needed this bizarre yet fantastic mashup? That cover alone is worth the purchase. Now the big question, what gems did this featurette bestow upon us? For newcomers to the Five Nights universe, consider this your golden ticket. Think of it as your primer on the origins of this sensational franchise, a perfect introduction to the heart-pounding world that's captured the hearts of fans worldwide. The featurette takes its time to hold the hands of those who may be taking their first steps into the Five Nights universe, bringing them up to speed on the haunting origins of Freddy and his animatronic crew. Director Emma Tammy gets candid early in the featurette, spilling the beans on the inspirations that sparked the idea of bringing Five Nights to the grandeur of the big screen. Fast forward a bit, and Tammy delves into the meat of the matter, our main characters, Mike and Abby. When these two cross paths on the silver screen, they're far from a picture-perfect pair. They're dealing with their own skeletons, and that's the kind of complexity that makes for a gripping storyline. But let's talk about the real showstopper. The revelation about Steve Raglan, the man we love to hate or hate to love. Serial killer William Afton. According to Tammy, Matthew Lillard's portrayal of this nefarious character is a paradox of sorts, weirdly likable despite the darkness he exudes. She goes on to say the film isn't afraid to plunge into some seriously dark territory, which will music to the ears of many Five Nights purists. As if that wasn't enough to keep our curiosity piqued, there's more. The animatronics, those eerie yet mesmerizing creations, take center stage in this featurette. There's also a dash of Jim Henson's creature shop magic, and Tammy spills the beans about crafting the pizzeria, the iconic video game space, in all its practical glory. Now, this is where we must tread lightly to avoid any legal tussles. We're hinting at more without giving away too much. Trust us, if you're a Five Nights fanatic, getting your hands on the Empire magazine issue is must-read. Amidst a week brimming with leaks, it's astonishing to find yet another revelation surfacing online. This time, the spotlight is on a pre-production reel that offers a tantalizing glimpse into Blumhouse's highly anticipated Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Recalling our earlier report where Emma Tammy shed light on the disconnection between Mike and Abby, both grappling with their own past issues, this leak sheds further light, particularly on Abby's perspective. The leaked scene portrays a conversation between Abby and her babysitter, Max. While this specific footage won't find its way into the final film, the dialogue and script used are likely indicative of the story's direction. Let's dive into this intriguing scene.
Nice drawing. Ah, this cool girl looks familiar. Who are these punks?
My friends. It's not done yet.
All right, you can finish later. It's time to eat.
Not hungry.
Don't care. Let's go.
No!
Babs, the day I'm having, just please come eat some dinner.
You're sitting on my friend. Move.
Abby, there's no one here.
He doesn't like you now.
You know what? Do whatever the hell you want. I don't care. But you should know what happens to little kids who don't eat their dinners. They stop growing, and their bodies stay the same size forever.
Awesome. Sounds fun.
It does. Except everything else keeps getting older. Their Their skin shrivels up, and their hair falls out, and they die without ever getting to ride the adult rides at the amusement park.
My friend says you're an idiot.
At least I'm real.
Naturally, a whirlwind of speculation has already begun surrounding this scene. A focal point of discussion is Abby's reference, with many speculating that she might be alluding to Golden Freddy, implying that the character is invisible to others. However, this theory falters slightly, given that Corey's reaction to Golden Freddy has been showcased in the trailers. A more coherent interpretation might suggest that Abby is communicating with a spirit, one that could eventually reveal itself in the iconic Golden Freddy suit. This line of thinking aligns better with the narrative. We're sure many of you have your own interpretations of this intriguing scene. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. We're eager to hear your take on what's unfolding here. As we conclude this week's edition of Behind the Scenes, we're gearing up for a thrilling event that's sure to make Five Nights fans' hearts race. Get ready to mark your calendars because it's time for the highly anticipated Pax West 2023. Pax West is the ultimate celebration of gaming and gaming culture, boasting an exciting lineup of thought-provoking panels, a colossal expo hall featuring top publishers and studios, exclusive game demos, unforgettable musical performances, intense tournaments, and a sense of community that's truly one of a kind. This year, the event is scheduled to take place from September 1st to September 4th, and guess who's joining the party? None other than Steelwolf Studios. While Help Wanted 2 is undoubtedly on everyone's radar, there's an additional surprise in store. As a tantalizing teaser, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie logo proudly graces the image associated with the event. What's the scoop? Could we be on the verge of a new trailer drop, sneak peeks of unseen visuals, or an exclusive unveiling of movie-related merchandise? Whether PAX brings about substantial revelations or keeps its secrets close, rest assured that SLUURP's Behind the Scenes will be your front row seat to all the action. Stay tuned, fellow enthusiasts, as we continue to provide you with comprehensive coverage and the latest updates on everything Five Nights at Freddy's, both on the silver screen and within the gaming realm. And that's a wrap on another thrilling week of revelations and sneak peeks in our Behind the Scenes series. From leaked featurettes to tantalizing pre-production glimpses, we've journeyed through the behind-the-scenes world of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Before we sign off, let's not forget the countdown that keeps us on the edge of our seats. Drumroll, please. Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary pals, we are only 61 days away. We're on the cusp of something incredible, and we'll be right here, ready to dissect every piece of news and every behind-the-scenes gem as they unfold. Hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop. And as always, a huge shout out to all you devoted SLUURP heads for joining us on this thrilling ride.
Tell me, do you believe in those monsters?